Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome. Probably everyone knows me. My name is Steve Love, and I run the Prosperity Through Real Estate and the RIA Los Angeles groups. And we've invited both this wonderful, beautiful Saturday morning. And let me just tell you how this whole thing started. I'm a real estate guy through and through, not interested in anything else. And I was talking to a friend lately who told me how well he was doing with Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. And, I was skeptical about it, but I checked it out a little bit more. And then suddenly I found that many of my friends were investing in Bitcoin. Even some of, and I was then, well, maybe I'll do it. So I opened an account, bought a little Bitcoin. I'm embarrassed to tell you how little I bought. And then it just shot up. I got more and more interested. Finally, since many of my friends knew today's speaker, many of past past speakers, people like Raymond Aaron, my good buddy Davin Michaels, and even Robert Allen, who I know very well, were recommending Robert Rolih, who I'm about to introduce. I became more and more interested, more and more involved, and I am so lucky that when I contacted Robert, who is not easy to contact, he's 9 hours away. He's in Central Europe right now, so it's what is it, 6 o'clock p.m. where he is, and he agreed to come to our little group and do a live meeting today, answer all your questions, tell you about the opportunity with Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And then I just got more and more excited. And today I'm probably more excited about this event than any other event that I can even remember. And meanwhile, I've been finding that more and more of my friends, unbeknownst to me, I'm talking about real estate friends, have been investing in Bitcoin. Even my assistant, who's on the call with us today. So I just can't say enough. Now, he's going to talk to you about the opportunity, possible risks, but this thing is so exciting. I know we've all wished we bought houses 10, 20, 30 years ago at a fraction of what they're worth today. We all wish we had bought Apple at $1 or something. And that's the kind of a opportunity we have today. We're right at the beginning of a great bull run, we believe, in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So, Robert, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. Let me just turn on my video.
Okay.
Yes, I'm here. Hi.
Anyway, I was so pleased that a man of Robert's stature agreed to come to our group. He's known internationally. He's got a great book out that I certainly recommend, The $1 Million Decision. And he's recognized as one of the world's experts in cryptocurrency and other forms of investing as well. So I just can't be more excited. We have a man of this stature come to our group. So thank you, Robert, for being here. One thing I've learned since we've been doing these Zoom meetings is that people often show up to our meetings late because of traffic in Los Angeles. However, they don't have that excuse when it comes to Zoom, but they still come late. So we'll probably be having a lot more people join us as the morning goes on. But I'm just so glad you're here. I thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So with that, just please take it away, Robert.
Okay, thank you, Steve. I'm really happy to be here. We are on the verge of a really amazing opportunity for investors. And I will talk about the drivers for this, what is driving the growth of this market, and what kind of opportunity this is, because every time that you are investing in something, you need to understand what are you investing into. If you don't understand the investment, then just don't invest. So I will explain to you what are the drivers, what is the crypto space, what is Bitcoin, what are other business crypto projects where I see much more potential than with Bitcoin, and so on. So let me just share my screen first. Just a second. Share. Yeah, this should work. So what will be the topics for today? First, I will just make a quick introduction so you will get to know me better. Then, what is the crypto market? Okay, you need to understand the crypto market because 99% of investors don't have a clue what this is. Okay, and here lies the opportunity because it's under the radar of most investors, so it's still highly undervalued, even though it grew by 300% in the last year. Then can this be the investment opportunity of a decade? Now, in the investing world, nothing is certain. There are only probabilities, there are no certainties. So whatever I tell you in this webinar, I'm just talking about probabilities, okay? And I'm not talking about certainties because nothing is certain. And that is why one of my rules, for investing in this space is invest only money that you can afford to lose, okay? So if you invest money that you can afford to lose, then you will be calm even when the correction comes, okay? Because this market is very volatile. Then what are the main drivers of growth? This will be the key part of this event, because you need to understand what is driving this market. And my favorite topic, Bitcoin, is just a part of the story. Most people just know that there is something called Bitcoin and that is growing, But crypto space, in my opinion, is not about Bitcoin. And I will share with you where I see much better potential than Bitcoin. And why now is the right time, okay? Why do I think that this is just the beginning of perhaps the biggest bull market in the history of investing? Okay, so first, let me just do a quick intro. So who am I? Why should you trust me in this space? I am the best-selling author, international best-selling author of The $1 Million Decision. This book has been translated into many languages. Here is the Chinese Mandarin version, Cyrillic version. It has been published in India, Taiwan, Bulgaria, and a lot of other countries. Now, it wasn't always like this for me. I come from a very poor family. My background is very humble. I grew up in a small country called Slovenia, where I still live. I still live in Slovenia. And I grew in a very small village called Zarečje, and this is a village with only 50 houses. It was a backwater village. My parents were workers in a socialistic factory nearby, and we never had money. We were always broke, So that is why one of my goals in life at that time was to become successful, to maybe start my own business or to become a CEO or manager or whatever, but just to get out of that poverty. And that happened in my student years where I started my own company. And in 5-year time, so after 5 years of hard work, my company grew and became very profitable. And all of a sudden, I had a lot of money, I had a lot of money. And I knew that I should invest that money, but I didn't know how. So I trusted who? You probably guessed it, money managers, financial advisors, and so on. So if I just keep the story short, I basically lost most of that money. And at that time, I realized that I need to start educating myself. I need to become financially literate, because if you just give your money to somebody else to manage, it's game over right from the start. Okay, so I spent approximately 7 years to learn about investing, about money management. I went to all the best seminars in the world. I read more than 300 books. I had conversations with industry insiders and so on. So, and after that time, I realized that I know quite a lot about investing, and also the details that like 99% of investors don't have a clue about. And I got my investments back. I started to have amazing returns and everything. And then I realized that people all around the world are making the same mistakes that I did when I was losing my money with the help of financial advisors. And that is why now I'm on the mission to share this knowledge with people all around the world. So I'm constantly being invited to different TV shows in Europe, in the United States. This is in Russia. I have seminars all around the world when there is no viruses around. So yeah, it has been an amazing journey, and I'm really thankful that I was able to achieve all that. Now, the important thing is, I am not some kind of crypto maniac or Bitcoin maniac or fanatic or something. I'm an investing expert who I know a lot about investing. I know about central banks. I know about interest rates. I know a lot about stock market. I know about bond market. I know about gold, silver. So I study these subjects all the time. I'm constantly in touch with the biggest experts in the world, on these topics. And I started to get into the crypto space in 2017. Just before it was 1 year before the big, the last bull market, or maybe let's say that this was not a bull market, but it was more a speculative bubble. Okay, and I will talk about that a bit later. So it was a retail investor-driven speculative bubble that burst. And during that time I invested, I made a lot of profits because I was also able to sell quite a lot at the height of that bubble. And then in the last years, I was always preaching that was just a speculative bubble and that the best of this market is yet to come. And now it looks like that I was spot on, that it's really happening, So some legal stuff before we continue. I'm not a financial advisor, so today I cannot give you financial advice or professional advice. So everything I share is just my opinion, and I give examples or illustrations, but nothing constitutes financial or any other professional advice, okay? So let's take a look at what is the crypto market all about. It's not about Bitcoin, it's about the blockchain technology, okay? So this technology is the underlying technology for all the cryptocurrencies and all business crypto projects. And this is a big difference, okay? Cryptocurrencies and business crypto projects are two totally different things. And I will explain this in a couple of minutes, okay? So what is blockchain? What is this revolutionary technology? Imagine that you have a spreadsheet or a database that is duplicated thousands of times or maybe millions of times across a network of computers all around the world, And this network is designed to regularly update the spreadsheet. Now, all the records are public and verifiable. And there is no central location. That is why we are talking about decentralization, okay? So this is decentralized. It has no central location. And that is why it is almost impossible to hack, because this data exists simultaneously in millions of places. This technology allows digital information to be distributed, but not copied. So each individual piece of data has only one owner. And this technology is the foundation of Bitcoin, and it drives this market. All the projects that are on this market are using this technology in order to work, okay? So this is like the holy grail of the digital age, where you can have each individual piece of digital data that has only one owner. And this is like the holy grail, okay? Now, The important thing to understand is the difference between Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies and business crypto projects. Okay, so this is really important, and 99% of investors or people have no clue about this. A short elevator pitch for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just digital gold. Gold 2.0, improved gold, okay? Improved gold. It's a store of value, it's not a currency, okay? They call it a currency, but it's not a currency. It will never be a currency. It will never compete with US dollar or euro, okay? Never. It's not a currency. It's a store of value. So it's a direct competition to gold and not to currencies, okay? So this is very important. And it's super, super scarce. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever be in existence. It's a mathematical formula. It's code-driven, okay? Everything is code-driven. And there will never be more than 21 million Bitcoins in this world. Nobody can print more Bitcoin. It's not like with fiat money, you know, it's not like with US dollars or pounds or whatever, where central banks can print this fiat money in unlimited quantities. Nobody can print more Bitcoin. And you can send it anywhere for next to nothing. So just imagine if you have 200 million worth of gold and you want to send it from San Francisco to Melbourne in Australia, okay? It would be a huge project. It would be very costly, a lot of security, a lot of time, you know, it would take maybe, I don't know, days or even weeks to transfer this gold to Australia. With Bitcoin, the transaction would take a minute and it would cost you approximately 5 to 10 US dollars. So transactions of millions and millions worth of Bitcoin will be totally inexpensive, you know, just next to nothing, and it will be almost instantaneous. And the most important thing, it's the best performing asset category ever, ever. 1 year time frame, 1 month time frame, 6 month time frame, 2 year time frame, 5 year time frame, 10 year time frame. It's the best performing asset category ever and the fastest moving asset category ever. So this is the important thing. And I will talk about the potential for the next years a bit later, okay? Now, on the other hand, we have business crypto projects, okay? These are just like traditional companies, okay? Just like Amazon or Apple or Tesla, okay? Very similar. Now, let me give you just 2 examples. For example, one crypto project is Ethereum. Ethereum is just a software platform for app developers. So for example, we can compare this to Microsoft Windows. So Ethereum is just like Microsoft Windows. All the other app developers are just creating different apps that work on Ethereum, just like app developers create apps that work on PC or on Microsoft Windows, okay? So it's a software platform. And there are a lot of developers all around the world who are creating financial apps on Ethereum. They are making games on Ethereum. They are making business applications on Ethereum and so on. VeChain, for example, helps companies to enhance supply chain management and business processes. So they can track their inventories. They can manage their suppliers with this project and so on. And it's all verifiable, all, you know, it has a lot of advantages. So Bitcoin is a store of value, but business crypto projects have real business value. They produce real value for this world, okay? So this is the important distinction between these 2 things. And by knowing that, you already know more than 99% of people about this market, okay? Now, is a perfect storm brewing for the historic rise of Bitcoin and the crypto market in 2021. Let me share with you 4 drivers that are producing or that are affecting this market and making it grow. So the first driver is the technology adoption curve. Then we have money printing and inflation, corporate adoption, and institutional adoption. So let's go step by step. The first and the most important driver is the technology adoption curve. The growth curve of every revolutionary technology, it can be internet, it can be steam engine, it can be railroads, whatever, is something like this. First, you have innovation. Then you have inflated expectations, this bubble of inflated expectations where people, this is like dot-com bubble in 2000, okay, in the year 2000. Everybody thought that internet will change the world instantly, overnight. Now, of course, this doesn't happen overnight, Businesses need time to develop their business models, their services, their products, and so on. So you have these inflated expectations where people think that this will happen overnight, and then they realize that it will not happen overnight. So you have this disillusionment, okay? And the market goes down, and then nobody believes that this market can go up again, okay? Nobody, it's like, okay, we lost a lot of money, now it's over, forever. So this disillusionment phase can last for years. For the internet market, it was almost more than 10 years, of disillusionment. And then you have real impact, okay? Only after that, you have real impact. Now, let me show you the chart of the technology companies that are mostly based on internet technology. So this is the NASDAQ index. You had innovation in 1990s. You had this bubble in the year 2000. Then disillusionment over the next 10 years. And only after that, you had this real impact. And now you see internet companies are basically rulers of the world. You have Facebook, you have Google, Amazon, and so on. So these are basically the biggest companies in the world, okay? And you have this real impact. Now, the crypto market right now is basically copy-paste of this. Let's say that it's like investing in the technology companies in 2012 or 2014, somewhere there, okay? It's basically copy-paste. It's the same chart. You have innovation in the first half of the last decade. Then you had inflated expectations in 2017 and 18. And then you had 3 years of disillusionment, okay? So now we are entering the phase of real impact. But because this market is very quick and it's developing really fast, the whole cycle is much quicker or faster than internet technology. So if it took internet tech to reach the new height, after the all-time high, if the internet market needed approximately 10 years to reach the same levels of prices, this market did that only in 3 years. So it just took the crypto market 3 years to go above the previous all-time high. And this happened in January, now, a couple of weeks ago. So this is the technology adoption curve, and it's very important, and it's the most important factor, okay? So this technology has matured, business models have been developed, products and services have been developed, and now it's entering the real impact phase. The second big driver is money printing and inflation. This affects, of course, mostly Bitcoin, okay? But all the other crypto projects are basically following Bitcoin. So money printing and inflation. US Central Bank, Fed, has printed in the last year, has printed 22% of all the money, of all the US dollars in existence. So they are printing money like there is no tomorrow. And this will not stop. This will not stop. Central banks are right now even aiming for high inflation. Why? Because they need to lower the debt burden for corporations and for individuals and for, of course, the public debt. So inflation is just a way how to artificially decrease this debt burden, so it will be easier to pay back. Because if this debt burden right now, it's basically unsustainable. So if you don't have inflation, there will be a lot of problems. Okay, so you have the lowest interest rates ever. So if you keep your money in the bank, you get zero, and that is driving people to get to put money into different investments. So nobody wants to have money in the bank because of the low interest rates. And central banks, they cannot raise the interest rates, because this would kill the companies that are already in a lot of problems, you know. So the only way, the only thing that they can do right now, the only policy that they have is more money printing. So they cannot stop. Central banks cannot stop. They will just need to print more and print more and print more. And as long as they are printing more money, of course, the beneficiaries are the stock market, the crypto market, Bitcoin, and gold, you know. But gold is in problems right now. Why? Because Bitcoin is taking its place, you know. Bitcoin is gold 2.0. So a lot of money is moving from gold to Bitcoin. And that's very problematic for gold. I still invest in gold, you know, don't get me wrong. But my investments in Bitcoin grew up by almost 400% in the last year, and yeah, in the last 2 years, already 500 to 600%, you know. And gold grew by 20%, 25% last year, you know. So money is moving from gold to Bitcoin. Even Warren Buffett, you know, I have huge respect for Warren Buffett, but unfortunately, he doesn't understand technology. He totally missed out on the whole technology train in the last decade. That is why his performance is really, really poor in the last decade. He's totally underperforming the market because he just doesn't understand technology. He is a great investor, but the times are changed, you know, right now. And you need to understand technology if you want to be a good investor right now. So even though he never liked gold, he started to invest in gold last year, Warren Buffett. This is because he expects inflation to go up, of course. But of course, gold is just a part of the story. Like we said, you know, Bitcoin is improved gold, is the gold for the digital generation, for the new generations, you know. So that is why a lot of billionaires, a lot of hedge funds, a lot of traditional funds are now investing in Bitcoin and not in gold. And this is basically driving the Bitcoin price upwards and upwards, you know. Even traditional financial companies like JP Morgan, they now say that gold will suffer, you know, as institutional investors buy into Bitcoin. So it's like JP Morgan, 3 years ago, they were telling people that Bitcoin is a scam. Now they see huge growth for Bitcoin. You know, it's a 180% turn. You know, it's crazy. And you just need to take a look at the chart. You know, you have stocks. So this is the chart of the last year. Okay, so this is the chart for the last calendar year. You see stocks like 16% up, gold up 25%, but Bitcoin up 306%. So you can just take a look at this chart and you see everything, where the money is going, you know. So the money is going in Bitcoin. It's as simple as that. Then the third driver is the corporate adoption. MicroStrategy was the first publicly listed company that invested their cash reserves in Bitcoin. They invested 425 million US dollars in Bitcoin in August 2020. Okay, so this was approximately 6 months ago. Now that investment is worth 3 times that. It already grew by 200%. Okay, and now they are buying more Bitcoin. And I just saw that Morgan Stanley has now increased the investment into MicroStrategy. So they own 10% of MicroStrategy. So basically, Morgan Stanley is betting on Bitcoin, through MicroStrategy, because MicroStrategy has become a Bitcoin bet, and their stock price it's going insane. Square, this is Mark Dorsey's company, the same owner as Twitter, invested 50 million in Bitcoin. And now we see every week, we see new companies, new corporations investing in Bitcoin, their cash reserves. Why? Because cash is trash. Because if you have cash in the bank, it's just losing purchasing power, and that's it, it's very simple and easy. And this reminds me of the 4-minute mile. Up until 1954, nobody was able to run a mile under 4 minutes. Then Roger Bannister broke that record in 1954. What happened afterwards? In the next couple of years, tens of other athletes achieved the same result. They ran under 4-minute mile. Why? They were the same athletes, but this was just a psychological barrier. And when they saw somebody do it, then everything, everybody could do it, And it's the same with corporate adoption of Bitcoin. Now that other companies see that it's possible to get a legal and accounting and investor stamp of approval for buying Bitcoin and keeping it in the treasury instead of cash, a lot of companies will start to do the same. This is like the floodgates are open now, but we, the retail investors, can front run these corporations. Why? Because they are slow. They need time to go through all these processes, to buy Bitcoin. But they will start to do it more and more and more. It's already happening, and it will just go exponential. A lot of companies will put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20% of their treasuries into Bitcoin. It's you can see the trend, it's there. PayPal. Big news of 2020 was that PayPal has started this year, so it already started in 2020. The US clients, PayPal US clients, can now buy crypto through PayPal. So it's becoming easier and easier to buy Bitcoin and other projects through PayPal. And their entire network of 26 million merchants will be able to accept crypto payments this year, 2021. So this is huge, huge, huge thing. So everybody is moving into MasterCard, the same thing. Visa, the same thing, All the traditional companies, banks and so on, they are moving into this space. Why? Because they see the trend. Trend is your friend. It's that simple, And the driver number 4 is institutional adoption. Hedge funds, pension funds, high net worth individuals, billionaires, they all started to invest in this space in 2020. Guggenheim Fund, 140-year-old fund, filed to be able to buy 500 million worth of Bitcoin in 2021. British investment fund Ruffer bought 744 million in Bitcoin. Why? To preserve the value of its assets against fiat devaluation. It's as simple as that, You cannot stop the money printer go brrr, So you need to preserve the value of your assets, and Bitcoin is the #1 way to do it right now. Scaramucci, the same, again, his Skybridge Capital Fund invested a lot of money. They basically created a Bitcoin fund. They will offer it, this year to investors and so on. So a lot of traditional funds are getting into this space, and you cannot stop. The floodgates are now open, and this is just going to be bigger and bigger and bigger. Billionaires, this is the second richest person in Mexico. He revealed that 10% of his assets are now in Bitcoin and so on. So you will see these stories, every day now. Miami mayor open to explore investing 1% of city's treasury reserves in Bitcoin and so on and so on. So it's happening. It's going to get bigger and bigger. And even banks, that 3 years ago they hated Bitcoin. They said Bitcoin is a scam. Now their analysts say Bitcoin could pass 300,000, by December 2021, and so on. So it's crazy. And the biggest milestone that will basically power the super adoption of Bitcoin will be the index fund, ETF. When the ETF is created, everybody with a brokerage account will be able to buy Bitcoin and maybe other business crypto projects. So right now it's a bit technical. You need to open an account at the crypto exchange. It's a bit technical. It's not for everybody. But when this becomes a click of a button in your pension account or in your brokerage account, then the real floodgates will be open, and everybody will start to invest in Bitcoin because with a click of a button. Right now, they cannot do it. Right now, it's a bit technical, and this spells opportunity. This spells opportunity because it's a bit difficult, okay? But don't worry, you can do it with no problem. But just, when the index fund comes, it will change the rules of the game. There, if you are not in Bitcoin before that, you will be losing out on a huge gain. And now for the best news you will ever hear. Okay, this is huge. You will see. This is crazy. This is the interest of the retail investors in Bitcoin over time. So Bitcoin reached 20,000 in 2017, where you see the peak of the blue line. This was the Google Trends interest. A number of Google searches about Bitcoin through time. And as you can see here, in 2017 it peaked. At that time, Bitcoin was 20,000 US dollars. Right now, Bitcoin went up about 20,000. It went to 30,000, and now it sits at 40,000. So it's 100% over the last peak, okay? Over the 2017-18 highs. But look at this. Interest, people searching for Bitcoin and how to buy Bitcoin and so on, is nowhere. It's still somewhere down there, nothing is happening, it has just started to move up. So this means that for now, there is no media hype. Retail investors have no clue what is going on. All these four drivers that I showed you, 99% of people have no clue that this is happening, have no clue. And the retail investors are still on the sidelines. So just imagine what can happen when this thing starts to get into media and the retail fear of missing out kicks in, okay? So Bitcoin is still highly undervalued. Right now, the Bitcoin market cap is a bit above 500 billion. I think right now it's 700 because it grew so much. So I was not even able to update my presentation because it moves so fast. But gold is 12 trillion. So gold market cap is 12 trillion. So this means that Bitcoin still has a lot of room for growth, and this spells a huge opportunity for me, So the beauty of the crypto market as an investment is that you have limited risk and you have huge potential for gains. No other investment in this world can give you such a risk versus reward ratio. No other investment. Stocks, no way. Even if you invest in Tesla, Tesla is already, overvalued. Even if you invest in technology stocks, again, they cannot go up ×3 or ×5 in the next years. No way. It's almost impossible. Bitcoin and the crypto market are so small right now that they can move, that they can do 5x or 10x or 20x, no problem, in the next years, because they are so small right now. They are nothing, and this is the opportunity. You have this asymmetric investment, where you have a limited risk, but I will not say unlimited because it's not unlimited potential, but you can get 10 to 20x, if you invest in this market right now. It's entirely possible. Now, can I guarantee you that? No, nothing is certain in the investing world, but this is just my view of this market. And like I said, nothing in the investing world can compare with that. Nothing, and that is why the money is going into this market super fast. So could 2021 be a colossal year for the crypto market? You have millionaires, you have big corporations, small business owners, institutions, media, you have all these converging in this market. You have ETF that will come probably this year. You have everything converging on this market. So this could become a huge thing in 2021. And a lot of experts, in this space, in the traditional market space, they are saying, and I also think, that if you are a fund manager, if you are not exposed to Bitcoin in 2021, you will be seen as irresponsible. Your clients, your investors will see you as irresponsible because you are not investing in the best performing asset class ever. And people and asset managers and fund managers who will not get into Bitcoin, they will lose a lot of clients because their clients will say, why didn't you show me this? Why didn't you invest 10% or 5% or 1% of your fund into Bitcoin? Why? And they will not have an answer to that. So they will lose a lot of clients who will see these crazy gains, in Bitcoin and crypto space, and their fund managers just didn't see the opportunity, or just they didn't take the opportunity. So this will be a big problem for a lot of fund managers. So could this be the biggest investment opportunity ever? Maybe. Yeah, I think it could be. With Bitcoin, you can have really great returns. So my opinion is, as I see this market, that with Bitcoin, you can have great returns. Realistically, 2x to 4x your money in the coming couple of years, maybe year to 3 year period, okay? So this is my assessment, okay? So realistically, 2x or 100% return to 4x, okay? So this is, or 300% return. This is the region, where I see Bitcoin in the next couple of years. But business crypto projects like Ethereum and others can make you wealthy. Why? They are, in my opinion, they are the only investment opportunity right there, right now, that can 10x or even 20x your money, realistically. Okay, I'm not just like I'm not a crypto maniac or something. I am an investing expert, and I can see, where this market is going, because I also know a lot about technology. So I am very good in technology. I also very good in investing, and I see these opportunities now. And this is the fastest moving market. The fastest, this technology is developing in an astounding rate. Nothing else can compare to this technology, the rate of growth and everything. So let me just give you one example of one crypto project, one business crypto project. So like we said, we have blue line stocks, yellow line gold. This is last year. Okay, this is last year. This year we already, Bitcoin went up additional 40%. So it went up 300% last year, and now it's already up additional 40%. In just 10 days, or I don't know which date is it, not 10th of January, I don't know. it's 9th of January. Yeah. So in 9 days, it went up 40%. It's totally crazy. But you see here, Bitcoin went up last year 306%, but Ethereum did 466. Ethereum did 466%. And this is the power of these business crypto projects. They are so small right now that their potential is simply enormous. Nothing in the investing world can compare to that. But of course, if you want to get into this space, into the business crypto projects, you need to, there need to be two conditions. There are two conditions. First, you need to act now, because in 6 months, this market can move 200% up, in 6 months, easily. And you need to invest in the right projects. You need to invest in the right projects, because there are a lot of projects in this space that will go to zero, just like with traditional companies. They need to have great business model. They need to have great team. They need to have huge potential, huge market potential, and they still need to be under the radar of most investors. So these are the conditions that need to be met in order to get 10x or 20x returns. And that is why I created and I run a live event called Crypto Power Portfolio. Crypto Power Portfolio. So this is a live event where I will share with you what is my portfolio, what is my crypto portfolio, and you will be basically able to copy my crypto portfolio. And I will teach you everything about how to enter this space. I will teach you everything about how to buy these projects and everything else. So let me give you an overview of this event. So first topic will be how to create a winning portfolio, okay? So I will give you my selection of projects, of business crypto projects. I spent approximately 200 hours of research to make this list. And I'm personally investing in all these projects. You will be basically able to copy paste my portfolio. So I have 9 bigger projects and 15 smaller, super high potential projects. And how much to invest in each one of them. So basically you will get my asset allocation. You will get my asset allocation, because asset allocation in the crypto space, it's very important. Now, don't get me wrong. If you want to invest in the crypto market, you will not invest all of your money in the crypto market. I don't have all of my money in the crypto market. I'm investing in stocks, I'm investing in gold, I'm investing in other asset categories, okay? But right now, crypto market is takes the biggest share of my portfolio. It didn't in the beginning when I started to invest. Why? Because it grew so much. I started with 10%, but right now it's more than 40% of my portfolio, and I'm not rebalancing it. I would be crazy to rebalance this portfolio. So I'm just keeping my money with the winner. I'm just letting the winner run. And maybe in 2 years or maybe in 1 year, this crypto will represent 80% of my portfolio, very likely, because it grows so much. And this is the beauty of this market, It's like investing in Tesla when the stock price was like 10 or 20, and now it's at 700 or something, So this is the beauty of this market. But like I said, the key thing is you will never invest all of your money in this market. It would not be okay? My guidelines are very simple. You invest only money that you can afford to lose, okay? Only money that you can afford to lose. So you can invest 40% of your portfolio in crypto. Yes, no problem, you can do that. But this should be money that you can afford to lose. So if I ask myself, will I be comfortable, will I be okay if this investment goes to zero tomorrow? And I will say, yeah, no problem, I'm still okay. So if this is the case for you, then you can invest in this market, okay? But not if you don't have enough money, if you are struggling financially, it's not for you, okay? It's not for you. As simple as that, okay? So this is very important. So we will be creating a buy and hold crypto portfolio. There will be no trading. We are not day traders, okay? We are not day traders. You have three investment strategies for this market. One is buy and hold. You just buy and hold for a long period of time. Then the second is buy and hold with some interventions. And we are doing that. So in Crypto Power portfolio, we have some active interventions, okay, from time to time. But it's like 5 to 15 interventions per year. So this is not like daily trading, day trading or something, you know. It's 5 to 15 active interventions per year, because this market is moving so fast that you need to adjust a bit, you know, things, you need to adjust different things, you know, sell some, when a project goes up like 10x, or change a project from time to time and so on, because it's moving so fast and it's developing so fast. And then the third strategy is active trading, and we are not doing that because this is a debt warrant for your money. You know, active traders are getting slaughtered in this market because it's moving like, you know, it's impossible to predict the short-term movements of this market. So we will never be actively trading this market. And how to buy crypto assets. So I will share my screen with you, and I will lead you step by step how to buy, how to open a crypto exchange account, how to buy all these projects and so on. So everything will be covered, and we will also have a recording for you that you will be able to watch the recording, press pause, and then, you know, just follow my instructions, okay? How to safely store crypto assets, because you should not leave them on the exchange, because it's not as safe as in the so-called cold storage, you know, offline storage, you know, but these are technical details and you will get to know everything, you know, in the course. And entry and exit strategy. So I will share everything with you, and I will be constantly in touch with you with my updates and support. And when the time comes to exit this market, we will be gradually selling our portfolio, not everything at once, but gradually. And I will be in touch with you. I will update you when I'm doing something, you know. And basically, you will be able to copy my actions. And you will also get a self-updating Excel file to track your investments, or free apps online. I will show you how to use them to track your investments, to track your portfolio. So it's really, really, you know, even if you are a total beginner, you will understand everything and you will know how to do it. So for example, Irene, so clear and succinct, so much information in clear order. Thank you for being a great translator and making sense of it all. I have been confused and scared to learn. I'm so glad I joined your group. So everything that I explain will be simple and easy, step by step. This is one of my strong points. I don't come from the financial industry, and I know that most people don't have a clue how to open these accounts, how to buy these assets and so on. So we really go step by step. I have a lot of tutorials, videos, you know, where you can just follow me and you will basically be doing the same things as me. So it will be a live event. It will be on the 19th of January. So 19th of January, this is in 10 days, okay? It's in 10 days. Now, the times will be a bit uncomfortable for you. So this will be 9 a.m. Central European time to 5 p.m. Central European time. But don't worry, because you will get the recording on the same day, and you will be basically able to do everything, you know, via recording. So this is like midnight your time, the starting time, and that is why we will have a recording. Plus, I will have, especially for the US market, I will have live Q&A 1 week after. So on the 26th of January at 12 p.m., and this is Pacific time, okay? 12 p.m. Pacific time, so at noon Pacific time, so just make a note, this is Pacific time, okay? So 26th of January, noon Pacific time, I will have a live Q&A just for the US market, okay? And Canadian market and so on. Okay, you will be able to join this Q&A live, and you will be able to ask me anything you like. Okay, so don't worry if you cannot attend live. You will be able to attend live Q&A afterwards, and you will also get the complete recording right away when you purchase. In like 24 hours, we will send you the recording of the last event that we had. Okay, so if you want to start right away, and this is of course my recommendation, to start right away, to start tomorrow, okay, you will get the complete recording of our last event. Okay, now, Crypto Power Portfolio, I have a special opportunity because you joined this call with Steve and me today. Okay, so I have a special opportunity for you. I will give you some discount, and I will give you some additional bonuses if you and when you register today. Now, the regular price, the regular fee is $1997 US, but because you joined us here live, the fee for you will be discounted, and you will be able to get in for 1197. So 1197. This is the fee for the entire event, and I will also now share with you a couple of bonuses. Okay, I added a couple of amazing bonuses that will really give you some huge additional value. Now, you can already order that at stevenandrobert.club. Okay, so stevenandrobert.club. Okay, so this is the order link. And Steve, if you are with me, please just post this link in the chat.
Will do.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, let me give you some additional bonuses when you order today. The first bonus is regular updates and support. So I will update you about every active intervention that we are doing, that I'm doing personally. So for example, if one of our projects goes quickly up, by 300%, I notify you right away that you should sell maybe 50% of it or something, okay? And if I'm buying a new project or whatever that just came on the market, I will notify you, okay? So you will get all the notifications about all the active interventions. I will share with you, whenever there is an opportunity, there is a correction or something. So when there is an opportunity to enter with additional money, I will notify you. Now, this is not like mandatory, but if you have some additional money and you want to invest it in this market, I will notify you when the time is right. And exit, this is super important, exit strategy updates. Exit strategy updates. This is super important because this market is the fastest moving market ever. And it will be very important to exit it gradually, not everything at once, but gradually, when and if there is some kind of huge parabolic growth, okay? It will be very important to take some serious profits, okay, at the right time. So I am constantly checking and watching this market. I'm researching this market approximately 2 hours per day. So this is something that I do. I am doing the research about stock market, about gold, about this market, about what our central banks doing and everything, in order to give you up-to-date, real-time information what to do with your portfolio. Okay. So when the time comes, you will get my exit strategy updates. It's not time yet. Okay. It will probably take at least 6 to 18 months when we will, up until we will start to gradually sell, okay? It's not, the time is not now, okay? And you will get access to my private Facebook group and email support. So if you have any questions, if you have any problems, I have a very active Facebook support group, and you will get answers to your dilemmas or problems or questions in a matter of minutes or hours from other members or from me, or both, okay? And if for any reason you are not using Facebook or something, you can use email support, okay? Now the second bonus is the recordings of all the future events. So whenever I have a new event, a new live event, I will upload the entire recording to your online library. So you will be able to, and I will notify you via email. So you will be able to access all the recordings of all the future events, okay, that take place. So right now I'm doing a new event every 2 or 3 weeks, okay, because there is such a boom in this market. So you will get all the recordings of all the future events. And the most important bonus. This is something that can really, make this investment a no-brainer for you, because I will show you what is happening in this market. 10x opportunities. When I'm buying a new project with a short-term 10x potential, I immediately notify you. Now, what do I mean with short-term 10x potential? This means that this project has a potential to 10x in a matter of months. Okay, not days, but months. And I will show you a couple of examples of this a bit later, but it's totally crazy because this market is the fastest moving market ever. You will get entry and exit notifications, okay? So usually it's 600 US dollars annually to get this, but when you order today, you will get this free. So I will include this for free in the package because you are here in this live call. So did you miss Tesla? Did you miss Facebook, Apple? This is the next big thing. This is the new technology that has the most powerful growth right now on the market. And the beauty of this is that this bull market has just begun. When you enter today, it's like buying Tesla stock in 2012, when it was like 6 or 10. Right now, I think it's already over 700, Tesla stock. It's totally crazy. So right now, the technology is winning the investment game. Everybody is investing in technology companies. The traditional metrics are not important anymore because nobody cares about traditional metrics, PE ratios and so on. Nobody cares about that, okay? Unfortunately, I'm not happy with that, but this is the situation on the market. Everybody just sees, Tesla, they see Facebook, they see Google, they see the technology companies, and they just invest in them blindly. There are no fundamentals here. It's just, totally emotionally driven market. That is why Warren Buffett basically he doesn't understand this market, because there is so much money on the market, and this money needs to go somewhere. So all the people just invest in the technology companies. And the new frontier is the crypto business projects. This is the new frontier. It's like investing in Tesla and Facebook like 10 years ago, okay, or 8 years ago. And this is it, this is the next big thing. So it's almost impossible to grasp what kind of returns are possible in this market. And I will just give you a taste a bit in a couple of minutes, and I will show you a couple of screenshots, okay? So just for taste, you will be amazed. So if I just do a summary, you get Crypto Power Portfolio live event, you get the recording right away. After we finish the event, I immediately upload everything and you will get the recording. And you will already, when you order, in one day, 24 hours after you order, you will already get the recording of the previous event that we had on the 28th of December. So 2 weeks ago, I had this event, less than 2 weeks ago, I had this event live, and you will get the recording. Regular updates and support for free, recordings of all future events for free, and 10x opportunities updates for free. So all this for one-time payment of 1197. So this is not a subscription, this is a one-time payment, and you are covered for, I will not say forever, okay? So up until I do this, you will be covered. And I think that I will do this for years, okay? Because this market is, the most amazing market ever. So up until there are opportunities and before we exit, and up until we exit, I will notify you. You will be a part of this group and everything, you know, and that's it. This is the important thing. So you can order right now at steveandrobert.club. Now, a couple of screenshots. So you will be able to see what kind of returns we are talking about here. These are, you know, these are out of this world returns, and they are only possible in this market. I think that these kind of returns are only possible in this market. This was in 2017. I already started with this group back then. So we were buying, this was Revain, one of the projects in the crypto space. We were buying it at 0.13 US dollars, okay? And then it did this. So this was on the 17th of November, 2017, okay? We bought it at 0.13. Then it did this. It went to 2.77. And this was the date for my exit signal. This was the date when I saw the parabolic move. I said, exit now, exit now. So on the 31st of January, we exited this market, and these are the orders where I personally exited. So it was like from 17th of November 2017 to 31st of January 2018. This is basically 3 months. In 3 months, it did this growth. Of course, in this market, you don't buy with US dollars, but you first buy Bitcoin, and then you buy everything else with Bitcoin, okay? And I will show you how to do that in the workshop, so don't worry about that. Now, our return on this investment was approximately 2,000%, 2,000%. So 1,000 invested grew to 21,000 with this, just this investment. And this represented like 2% of our portfolio, you know, so crazy. This was 10 days ago, yeah. This was my notifications through through our Facebook group. A coin from Crypto Power Portfolio Selection. I just, you know, I didn't, you will not see which one because I masked it. Went up 360% in the last 24 hours. 2 options: sell 50% and invest the profits into, and I told them what other projects to invest into, or just hold. You know, hodl, it's just a word for holding. What will be the best option in the longer run? Have no idea, 50-50% chance, but option 1 is not a bad option. So basically, I said to them, you know, I'm doing the 50% sell right now, you know. So if something goes up by 360% in 24 hours, you need to take profits, you know, you need to take profits. You would be crazy not to. And on the same day, yeah, this was the 1st of January. As you can see, the 1st of January, to top right corner, this was my email notification. Okay, so on the in the same hour, I notified all my members via the Facebook group and via email. So Happy New Year, a coin and the same content, you know. And I also said, if you don't have this coin, you know, in your portfolio yet, don't buy it now. Never buy a coin that went up 300% in 24 hours because of fear of missing out, you know. The next likely short-term move is a bigger correction to the downside, and this also really happened after that. So this is just a couple of examples of what you can achieve with this market. This market is the craziest market ever. But like I said, it's only for money that you are that you can afford to lose. Why? Because then you will be calm. Okay, I'm totally calm with these investments. I'm able to survive all the corrections because corrections can be really sharp, you know, in this market. You know, just a week ago, Bitcoin went up overnight, went down overnight 20%. The next day, it went up 20%. So, you know, these are the moves that you need to be prepared for in this market. You know, but the long-term prospects of this market are totally amazing. But the problem is that if you are entering this market with money that you cannot afford to lose, you will panic. When there is a big correction, you will panic and you will sell at the bottom, okay? And you will just lose money. So that is why it's important, I really stress this, that this should be money that you can afford to lose, okay? If this portfolio goes down by 50% in 1 week, you should be okay with that. But because there is a very high likelihood that in the next month, it will go up to 100%, okay? couple of screenshots from the Facebook group where people also share what are their results. Since September 2020 to present, plus 343%. So this was the entire portfolio. So 4x gain in what is this, 4 months? Yeah, something like this. That's exactly what I told I said to them, please don't celebrate with champagne. You know, I said, please don't celebrate with champagne because there is a long way ahead of us. You know, these gains that we are getting now are nothing. You know, this is just the start of the bull run. But he was up 125K to 125,000 since your last webinar on the 28th of December 2020. So this is like 2 weeks ago, and he's up already 125K. My customer support, I would call that amazing value. And sorry if it sounds blah, blah, it's just rare to get such customer service these days. Couldn't agree more, fantastic, and so on. Because I'm constantly, you know, giving my opinions. I'm constantly solving the problems, and my team is also working with me, you know. So we have this fanatic customer support. Woke up this morning and the portfolio is up 25%, you know. What? You cannot get this kind of gains anywhere, you know. We are on the verge of the biggest bull run in history. That's it, you know. My 5K is now at 6.5K, crazy, you know. And again, this was in like a week or so. Plus 90% today, one of the projects, you know, this is not the entire portfolio. Yeah, this is funny. Since then, I'm following you. Every time I listen to your recommendations, I get great results, and vice versa. When I didn't listen, I had great losses. So yeah, it usually pays to listen to me. You know, I try to be humble, but you know, it's just crazy how right I was about everything in the last years. You know, but I try to be humble because I know that maybe, you know, in the future I will not be right, you know, every single time. But for now, it's crazy. I couldn't help noticing that this project goes up almost 180% in less than a week. You know, should we do something about it? And I said, no, it's not time yet. You know, 180% return. This is not the return where we should exit this project. You know, because this project was about, you know, getting at least 5x to 10x return. You know, so we keep this project. 70% since November, and I've started with a pretty serious sum. Yeah, my first investment was in 2018, but because for some reason I didn't follow your strategy then, I was among the losers then and I stopped. But now 70% since November, and I've started with a pretty serious sum. Started after your online course in October 2020. As of this writing, 152% return on in portfolio. I invested on, this is again 2 weeks ago, 50% up. December 31st, 2020, 50% up. I purchased my first crypto 18th of December 2020, have been adding funds to the account several times since then, total profit of 75%. And that's after the big correction this evening. You know, this is after the correction that happened, you know, like a couple of days ago. It's unbelievable. I'm so bullish. Okay, so I showed you a couple of screenshots, you know, what can happen in this market. And now, can I guarantee that this kind of returns will be every single week? No, of course not. They will not be every single week. This market will go up and down. But like I said, the long-term prospects of this, you know, if you just buy and hold, and if you just listen to my active interventions and updates, I think that there is a very, 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 very high probability that we will have out of this world gains. You know, we already have them, but they will be much, much, much higher in the future. So is it an okay? A lot of people ask me if it's now okay time to enter this market. This is the first question that I usually get. You know, so I will just answer this question first, and then I will let Steve give me some questions, you know, from the audience. So is now the right time to enter? Just think about what Tesla stock is doing. Just think about what Tesla stock is doing. It went up 700% in the last year, or 800% in the last year. It just never stops. People think, when it was at 50, people thought it was overvalued. It went to 100. People started to go crazy, no way that it will go further, we should sell, all the financial advisors, said sell Tesla because it's overvalued and so on. They started to short sell Tesla. It went to 200. Again, the same story. It went to 300. Again, the same story to 400, 500, 600, 700. This market is not rational. That there is too much money on the market. There is stimulus checks. There is money printing. Money needs to go somewhere, And if you just have your money in the bank or in the low return investments, you are basically leaving all that on the table, It's as simple as that, So either you are playing the game that the central banks are forcing on us, or you are losing out. That's how I see this market, And I'm playing this game, The gains are totally impossible, But they will continue. They will continue until they keep printing, and everybody is moving in this market. So are we late? No way. We are early, We are early, and this is what I'm telling to my members, I'm telling them, you were early. You are early right now. You started to invest early. 99% of investors have no clue about this market, but they will start to invest because they will see these gains, But we are early, and you should be handsomely rewarded because you are early, You should be handsomely rewarded because it's a bit technical right now. It's not so easy that it's not one click on your brokerage account. You need to open a crypto exchange account. You need to know where to click and so on, So there is a couple of technical things that you need to do, But the reward for doing that and for taking one day to take care of this, and to learn this, it's simply phenomenal. So that is my take on this market, So yes, Steve, that's it from me. And now, if there are any questions,
so yeah, okay, couple questions,
yeah.
Robert. Let's see. The first one is, for what period of time is the fee, the 1197?
Forever. For as long as I. So again, for as long as I do this, and I think that I will do this for years and years. Now I don't have an end date, but when this market, becomes so big that we decide that we will sell everything, that at that time maybe we will stop, but not until that. And I think that there is years and years in front of us. So there is no expiry date. For as long as I give support to my group, for as long as I do this, I will give support to my group, and that's it, So, and I think that this will be years.
Okay, very good. Marie asks, what is the minimum amount you need to start?
Great question. Great question. I forgot to tell you about this. If you don't have at least $3,000 to $5,000 to invest just in this market, in the crypto market, then please don't do it, okay? And if the fee seems high for you or something like this, don't do it, because then it's not for you. You should be comfortable with this investment. It should be the course fee plus the initial investment should be like, okay, this is not important money for me. I can afford to lose this money, because if you have this philosophy, if you can invest money that you are prepared to lose, then you will get amazing returns, very likely. If this will be money that is important for you and you cannot afford to go down 30% in one day, you will have a hard time just holding, and not selling when the corrections come. Okay. So again, bare minimum, really bare minimum is 3,000 as a start, as an investment at the start. Then you can add later on. Optimally, so my recommendation is 5,000 or more. Because when you invest 5,000 or more, if you invest 10,000, if you just get 10% gain, you have already, paid off for the membership, and this can happen in one day. I'm not kidding, You saw that overnight my portfolio went 25% up, We are at the start of the bull run, of the most amazing bull run in the history of investing, and things happen so fast, it's impossible to grasp. 2 weeks ago, Bitcoin was at like 27,000. Now it's at 40, In 2 week time, it can go to 60,000 easily. Just take a look what Tesla is doing. And this market is even more crazy than Tesla. It's even more technology-based market, and it's much smaller than Tesla. Tesla, to grow 100%, would need to grow by, let's say, I don't know, 600 billion in market cap. If you want one of the projects in my selection to grow 100%, it just needs to grow by, let's say, I don't know, 200 million. So the potential for growth is much higher here because less money is needed to get 100 or 200% gain. And no other market has this kind of potential, and that's the beauty.
Okay, thank you. Q asks, what platform is this on?
You can use Coinbase or Coinbase.us is the biggest crypto exchange in the United States, and Coinbase will have an IPO this year. It will be the biggest IPO of 2021. So Coinbase will soon be publicly listed company in the United States. So you can use Coinbase or you can use Binance, and we will give you all the instructions which a crypto exchange account to open and how to do it and everything. Okay.
Okay. Let's see, who is this? Roger. Roger asks, can you please comment on how many other cryptocurrencies exist and their mining potential versus when the price of Bitcoin is already very high and buyers move to other cryptocurrencies?
Okay, very, very good question. Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency worth mentioning. The only one. Everything else is nothing. Everything else will go to zero. There is only Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency. And maybe Litecoin, okay? Bitcoin and maybe Litecoin. This is just like gold and silver, digital gold and digital silver. Everything else will go to zero. But like I said, the biggest potential are not cryptocurrencies, are business crypto projects like Ethereum, okay? And most of my portfolio that we will talk about at the Crypto Power portfolio is we are investing in business crypto projects, not in cryptocurrencies, okay? Like I said, cryptocurrencies, there is no future in any of cryptocurrencies except Bitcoin and Litecoin. Everything else will go to zero. But business crypto projects, this will be the new Teslas, new Amazons, new Apples, okay?
Okay, thank you. Q asks, is your course for beginners? Let me make a comment on this first, please, Robert. I am more than a beginner. I am a total dunce when it comes to this stuff, and I've been doing it. I consider Robert now my mentor in this, and I've been doing very well, and I can't even spell crypto.
Yeah, I saw that a couple of days ago. I saw that you requested the permission to enter the Facebook group, and I remember that I confirmed it. Yeah. So yeah, it's for it. Even if you are a total beginner, you will get all the instructions step by step, support everything. I have people who are over 70 who are members, and I have people who are under 20. So yeah, it doesn't matter, If you know how to use the computer, then you will be okay. Okay.
Okay. Jim asks, what is your strategy to take profits when the price doubles or triples?
Sometimes we don't sell, we just let the winners run. But for certain projects where I see that this was just a short-term, huge parabolic move, and that it's very likely that it will go sharply down, like the project that I showed you, 360% growth in 24 hours, then I tell my members sell 50%, or maybe even 100% sometime. It depends on the project, So we will not sell, if Ethereum, for example, is the second biggest project, in the crypto space, just after Bitcoin. If Ethereum goes up by 100%, we will just hold, we will not sell. We would be crazy to sell because this is like Tesla, But if a smaller project, that doesn't have this kind of, let's say, fundamentals compared to Ethereum, if this goes by 300% overnight, then I say sell, So it depends on the project. And this is something that I do for you. I do all the research and I'm making all the basically all the calls and notifications. Now, if you listen to me or not, it's your decision. But I can tell you right now, listening to me will be much profitable than doing it on your own. Much more profitable.
Okay, my buddy Mr. Kassane asks, do you see any risk from governments putting controls on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies?
This is a good question. And of course, there is one risk. One risk is that everybody bans Bitcoin. They say, okay, if you own Bitcoin, you will go to jail. Okay. So if something like this happens, then of course we will be exiting this market, and this is a risk. But I think it's very low risk, astronomically low. Why? Because if all the institutions that are now entering this market, they are talking with regulators all the time. They would not invest like 700 million in Bitcoin, and Merrill Lynch would not buy 10% of MicroStrategy, that is a Bitcoin bet, if they didn't check with the regulators, what will happen. So US regulators already said Bitcoin is not a security. Ethereum is not a security. So we are pretty much safe here. And for something to happen like, banning everything, of course, everything is possible, but the risk is so low that I am totally comfortable taking this risk, okay? But of course, regulation in 2020, we see much more regulation of this market compared to previous years. And this is amazingly good for this market. Why? Because institutions, otherwise, if there was no regulation, institutions will never come, will never start to invest. And because of the regulation, institutions came and they started to invest. And they will do it more and more as the time passes, So regulation is very important for this market. It's good for this market, okay? And the risk of really some tragic thing, like banning everything, is so small that I'm totally comfortable, taking it.
All right. Paul asks, will you be recommending the purchase of cryptocurrencies, or will you recommend the purchase of options against cryptocurrencies?
No, never. Any kind of leveraged products, any kind of options, any kind of derivatives, we stay away from that. Always, we just invest in the real thing, like investing in stock, buying stocks. Never options, never anything else, never any leveraged products. Why? A lot of reasons. I will not get into details, but we are doing the safest things, because the growth potential is amazing if you just do that. You don't need leveraged risky products or whatever, because this would just increase the risk tenfold, and I don't want to do that. So we are not using margin, we are not using leverage, we are not using options, plain and simple investing in these projects, just like buying stocks, okay?
Okay, thank you. Roger asks, can you use a Charles Schwab account or use a solo 401k account?
No, for now not. When the ETF will come, you will be able to do that. Up until then, you just need to open a crypto exchange account and buy through crypto exchange account. But when the ETF comes, it will be too late. You will miss out on most of the gains, you know. So the opportunity is now because there is no ETF yet, you know. When it will come, everybody will be in this space, you know. Because it will be like a click of a button tree or Charles Schwab account or Ameritrade account or Interactive Brokers account or whatever, you know. But at that time, it will be already too late, you know, for amazing gains, you know.
Got it. Nancy asks, this sounds like a personal question. What was your ROI for 2020?
Oh my God, approximately 600%.
Wow.
Because Bitcoin represents just a very small part of our portfolio. And business crypto projects did anywhere from 400 to 1000% growth in the last year. and they are still highly undervalued, you know. So it's crazy.
Okay. Marie asks, how much time do I need to invest in every week?
Every week, almost nothing. You know, we are not day traders or something. So if you just follow my notifications, I will have maybe, you know, at the start, you will need 1 day to open the account to fund it and then to buy, you know, your portfolio. But after that, it's maybe if you decide to buy something when I give you a notification or when I say, okay, this is a new project and I will be buying it right now, you know. If you decide to buy it, it will take you like 15 minutes, you know, to do it. But you can also skip this, you know. You can be perfectly fine with just buying and holding and not messing with all these interventions, you know. It will be perfectly fine. And then just exiting when I tell you to, and that's it. So basically, it's almost nothing per week. It's not actively trading, you know.
Okay, Carolyn asks, if Bitcoin is 40,000, how can 5,000 cover this? And
amazing question. Thank you for asking this question. You don't need to buy the whole Bitcoin. You can buy 0.05 Bitcoin. You can buy 0.1 Bitcoin. You can buy 0.3 Bitcoin. You can buy 0.01 Bitcoin, okay? So you can just buy a fraction of Bitcoin. You don't need to buy the whole Bitcoin, okay? And the same goes with all the other projects, okay?
I'm embarrassed to tell you how much I started with. But anyway, Carolyn goes on to ask, should I buy Ethereum and Bitcoin to start?
Can you ask that again? Shall I buy what?
Should I buy Ethereum and Bitcoin to start?
So if you have, let's say, 1,000 to invest in this market, you know, and you cannot afford this course and so on, yeah, you can buy 50% Bitcoin, 50% Ethereum, and you will be okay. That's it, you know. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are two biggest projects that are, you know, very safe and with very high potential. So this would be a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, Michael asks, on the 19th, will there be offers requiring more costs?
No, absolutely not. This is the full package. Now there is no upsells. I don't have anything else to sell you because everything is included.
Okay. Paulina asks, if you get a crypto account through the banks, once they begin to offer you, will you be watched because crypto is decentralized? The banks will be able to see everything you do with your money, no matter where you spend it.
So if you invest in Bitcoin and everything else, all the crypto exchanges need to do a KYC, know your customer. Everything is transparent here. And you also need all the data for the tax authorities, you know. So it's not like, sometimes it used to be like Bitcoin is for criminals and so on. Not anymore. This was 3 years ago. Right now, all the exchanges in the US and all around the world, they are regulated. They need to follow guidelines, regulatory guidelines and so on. They need to have KYC. They need to, everything is transparent. So you cannot hide anything, in the banking system or in the crypto system. You cannot hide anything.
Okay, Q asks, did you say Coinbase.us and Binance for the platform?
Yes. Coinbase.us and Binance. I think it's Binance. No, sorry, maybe. So it's coinbase.com. Sorry, I will just put that into comments. Okay. So let me just, where is the chat? Yeah, I will put that into chat for everybody so that you will not. So it's coinbase.com and then it's binance.us. Okay, so these are the two exchanges that my members from the United States are using. So you have this in the chat window now.
Okay. Sanachi asks, can you get a group discount if you get one or more other people to get your package together?
No, sorry, we are not doing that.
Okay, Q asks, can we start off with a smaller investment until we get comfortable with a larger amount? That's what I did.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you have, let's say, 20 or 100,000 to invest in this market right now, do it now. Don't wait 3 months. This market, it's in the, you can see the charts. The charts are the truth. Everything is in the chart. If you wait, it's like waiting for Tesla to have a retracement. You would be just waiting and never investing. So my recommendation is enter this market as soon as possible. If it takes you 3 months to get comfortable, this market can go up by 200% in this time, because it's so small right now. So the best opportunity is now. If you wait and wait, there will be less and less opportunities. Okay, so this is my guideline for all my members.
Got it. John asks, what is an example of a business crypto project?
Ethereum, for example. This is just a platform where other developers can create different applications that are based on the blockchain technology. So this is like Windows for your computer. Okay, it's like infrastructure for a city. So everybody builds different financial applications, different games, different business applications on Ethereum. Okay, so this is an example of business project, that has real market value, that brings new value to the market, just like companies like Apple or Tesla. And then I mentioned another one, VeChain. VeChain, for example, they are a product management platform. A lot of businesses are using VeChain for inventory management, for supplier management, and so on. Okay, so these are real-world applications, in the digital space, of course, because everything is moving into digital right now.
Okay, Henry asks, do you post educational videos on your membership site?
Yes, so you get a lot of guides. So I have video guides for everything. Okay, so I just share my screen and I said, okay, how to do this, and I record it. Okay, and then you get this recording. It's in the membership site. So you get all these recordings, and they are very neatly organized. Like you saw, I showed you earlier. There was. Let me go back in my presentation. Where is that? So where is it? Yeah, here. So much information in clear order. Thank you for being a great translator, and making sense of it all. I have been confused and scared to learn, and I'm so glad I joined your group, because everything is very neatly organized. And I can still understand how most people view this market, and the investing market. I try to really make everything simple and easy. I go step by step, from the first step to the last step, so you cannot miss anything. If you just go through the videos, press pause, and then you can just do, the same. You can just make the same actions in your account, and that's it.
Okay, Henry also asks, when did you launch this service?
Oh, it was more than 3 years ago. More than 3 years ago, yeah.
Okay, Leanne asks, what is the range of months to hold the investment for projects or portfolio?
So for most projects that we have in our portfolio, it will be somewhere. I don't know now, but like I see the market right now, it will be from 6 months to maybe 2 or 3 years. This will be probably our holding period, because I expect that the height of this bull market will be reached in approximately 1 to 3 years. Okay. So this is the holding period for most projects, that we have. But then we have these small projects, that can go up, like I showed you, by 300% in one day or in 1 week, and then we take the profits right away, So it could be that we buy a project, just 3 days ago, I had a notification about a new 10x opportunity. And in just this couple of days, it went up by approximately 70%. So, but we are not selling yet. We are just keeping it, but I expect that we will be taking at least 50% of the money out of the table in approximately 2 weeks to maybe 6 weeks, somewhere in this region.
Okay, Henry then asks, how do you keep your Bitcoin from being hacked or stolen?
A good question. That is why we will also cover how to safely store your crypto assets, and we will be doing that by storing our crypto assets on the offline, or so-called offline cold wallet. This means that your assets will not be online, where hackers could access them, but they will be offline. Okay, and it's very secure. It's all, it's like almost 100% secure. So you will get all the instructions how to do that, and in the course. Okay.
Okay. Justin asks, is the cryptocurrency market a substitute in the larger markets for derivatives? There is maybe 1.5 quadrillion in the derivative.
No. Derivatives are totally different market. Nothing to the correlation is just like, you have stock market and then you have derivatives that are connected or tied to the stock market, and then you have crypto market and you have also derivatives that are connected to the crypto market. But if you just invest in the real thing, like in stocks or like in crypto projects that, like I showed you, you will not be trading with derivatives. Okay, we are staying away from derivatives.
Okay, you answered that one. And I think you answered this. Nancy asks, is the support service unlimited with the price?
Yes. So whatever questions you have, we will take care of them. Okay. Steve, you probably saw how active the Facebook group is, and all the questions get answered in a matter of minutes or hours.
Yes, and you do it. You do most of them yourself.
Yeah, because if you want to really do the right things, in this market, for now, I cannot trust any other IT support guy, because they would be, you need to have so much experience in this market, and you need to know my philosophy of investing, that for now I am doing the customer support, let's say the customer support on my own, I'm lucky that I have a lot of time because my businesses are running like crazy, and basically I have a great team, but I'm a bit afraid to give technical support to anybody else right now. Maybe I will in the future when I'm really confident that somebody can take care of it. But right now there are so many technical details that you need to understand that I rather give answers. I rather answer all of the questions by myself. I don't want to risk somebody else giving the wrong information or something.
Okay, my buddy Rob, who is very responsible for getting me into this, he asks, what do you think about investing Bitcoin miners like
Now,
Riot,
stay away.
Blockchain, and Hut 8 mining?
Now, stay away from this. It's not worth it. It's not worth the risk. Why would we risk more to get lower gains? The portfolio that I have is, in my opinion, by far the best risk versus reward thing that you can do in the investing world right now. Okay, not just in crypto, in the whole investing world. So why would I go and mess with Bitcoin miners, or why would I go and buy Tesla? Why would I go and buy emerging market? I don't know, some specific companies or whatever. If I see here the best risk versus reward.
Okay, Henry asks, will you throw in a copy of your book with membership?
I can give you not a physical copy because it would be like sending everything and so on, but we can give you audiobook. Okay, so we can give you audiobook and you can listen to my book on your phone or in your car or whatever. Okay.
Okay.
But just send additional email to my team when you will order. You will get emails, confirmation emails with access details and so on. This will be, Steve is taking all the orders, so they will send us the list of customers probably tomorrow, and then we will give you access. But just please make sure that you send an email, or maybe no, don't worry about it. We will give all of you who ordered through Steve, we will give you the copy of my audiobook in your online library. Okay, so I will notify my team that when they give you access to the Crypto Power portfolio, they will also give you access to my audiobook. Okay.
Wow, very good. Thank you. How generous of you, Robert.
You're welcome.
Saturn says, what about Coinbase and Binance crashing? And if we're unable to access my account, I'm scared.
That is why we are moving most of our crypto assets outside of exchanges, into a safe, totally safe offline wallet, and this is the safest thing to do in this market, because crypto exchanges can get hacked, they can go out of business or something, so you need to store your digital assets somewhere safe. And the safest thing is using offline wallets, and we will show you how to do this. Okay, so this is a very good question. Yeah.
Okay, there's been a few questions about mining, what that is, and how to start with mining.
Forget about it. I will not get into these details. And you can just go to Google and enter crypto mining or Bitcoin mining. What is Bitcoin mining? And you will get your answers. Okay, but it's too technical. I will not cover this today. And we are not doing anything with this in the course. We are staying away from this.
Okay, I think he answered this, but Joanna asks, do you have multiple projects in your portfolio and will recommend different percentage allocation to each project?
That's right. That's right. This is the most important thing about my portfolio, that we have 9 big projects that will have up to 10% portfolio allocation. So altogether, 9 big projects will have 70% allocation, and then 30% will be for super high potential projects, and my guideline will be up to 3% of your portfolio into each one of those super high potential aggressive projects. So you will get everything. You will get the allocation, you will get all the projects, how to buy them, and everything.
Okay, Paul asks, how many have joined your program now, and what is the strength of your staff to attend to questions from all the members who join?
Yeah, this is a good question. Right now, we have approximately 500 members. But new members are coming really quickly because it's really a hot topic right now. And for now, we didn't have any problems, because the good thing is that I can explain everything in very simple terms. And like 95% of your questions will be already answered in the live event or in the how-to videos, and in all the supporting materials that you will have. So like 95 or 98% of all the questions are already answered in everything that you get, and then maybe there is some specific questions and so on. So for now, we don't have any problems, with the support questions.
Okay, Mr. Marshall asks, does your course show us how to read charts and graphs? I'm new to this.
You will not need to. You will not need to, but I will show you how. Because I will be doing all the research and I will tell you when to enter, when to exit, and everything. But if you want to, of course, understand the charts, I will explain this. This is a part in this is a topic that I cover in the event. And I will also show you which websites to use in order to see the charts and everything.
Okay, I think I can answer this. Stattard asks, can I use 2 credit cards to pay? And yeah, just call our office on Monday, and Giovanna will take care of it. Okay, let's see, what's next? We're getting a lot of questions that folks, they kind of ramble on, so folks, try to keep your questions very short and to the point. Leanne asks, if the trading hour is 24 hours, what local time is your advice to enter and exit? How do we adjust due to our US time difference?
Yeah, so the important thing is when I give you a signal to enter a new project or to buy a new project, it will not like expire in 2 hours, It's not like that an hour after I give you a signal that the price will shoot up by 50%. Usually, there is a 1 to 2 day period where it's very good to enter this trade. It's not like that you need to enter the very minute that I send you the email. Okay.
Okay, we've asked that one already. Okay, I think that's most of them. You've answered most of these already. Okay, Paulina asks, are there good YouTube videos to teach you how to read charts and graphs?
Yeah, you can go to YouTube. Knows a lot of things, So you can just go to YouTube and enter a search term like how to read charts, or how to read stock charts, or how to read how to use stock charts, or something like this, And it's the same with the crypto projects, All the terms are the same. Everything is the same. So yeah, you can just use Google and YouTube for a lot of these kind of things.
Okay, Q asks me what my office number is. It's on every email we ever send out. Our office number is there. Very quickly, orally, it's 818-217-4630. 818-217-4630. Nancy asks, when does this offer expire?
So it's like one day, So this is for today. It's a special offer that is valid on today only.
Okay. Joanna asks, can I open the account under my company for tax strategy purposes?
Yes, I also have my personal account, and then I have my corporate accounts for different. I have multiple companies, and I'm investing personally, through my personal account, and I'm also investing through my corporate accounts. And I have different strategies because for my corporate money, I want to be more, on the safe side. So I will also, in the event, I will also give my opinion or my strategy how to invest through the company for your cash reserves. If you have some cash reserves in the company that you would like to exchange to Bitcoin or something, and the personal account. So I will give you my guidelines for both.
Okay, good. She asks also, does the platform charge a high fee?
No. The fees for holding on the exchange, it's nothing. The account is free of charge, and you only pay when you purchase a different project. It's just like a fee when a stock brokerage fee when you buy a stock. It's like $5, per purchase or something. It can be even less, for these crypto projects. So it's a very, very, very low fees, and especially for our strategy. If you are trading every day, then it becomes very expensive. But we are not trading, we are just buying and holding. So for us, these fees are almost nothing.
Okay, cool. Let's see.
There are no management fees or something like this. Okay.
Leanne asks you, if we start with $3,000 to $5,000, will it make sense to invest in small projects with 10 times return opportunity first and expand to larger projects later?
No. Strictly follow my strategy. First, you need to create a portfolio with the big projects. Then you go to aggressive coins. And if you have only 3,000, you will only invest in the big projects, Okay, so I cannot stress this enough. Even the big projects have 10x potential in this bull run. So really, we want to be, even though this is a very aggressive investment, but we don't want to be too aggressive. We still want to, if you will start with 3,000, so up to 5,000. If you start up to 5,000, then my guideline will be buy only 9 big projects and just distribute that money in there. When you have more than 5,000, then you can go also into the aggressive coins. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Marshall asks, can I start out with my personal name and then later transfer to an LLC when I get one?
I'm not sure about that. If you can mix that. So you will need to have 2 separate accounts. One will be for your company and one will be for you personally. So you need 2 separate accounts, You cannot do everything through one account. So it needs to be separate for the tax reasons, And that is why you cannot mix that money, So I think it's much more, from the legal point of view, it's much smarter to just keep things separate. Okay.
Okay. Justin asks, I'm not sure what this means, but can I invest through my Robinhood account?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. Let me check. But if you can probably just invest in Bitcoin. But we are not just investing in Bitcoin. So let me just check. Robinhood, Bitcoin. Let me just check if it's possible to buy Bitcoin. Yeah, looks like you can buy Bitcoin through Robinhood, yeah? Looks like you can, but for our portfolio, for the strategy that we are using, you will need a crypto exchange account. Okay, because most of our projects that I have in my portfolio will not be available on Robinhood. Okay, so this is yeah, that's 100% sure. Yeah.
Okay.
If you want to buy Bitcoin, you can do it through Robinhood.
Thank you. John asks, is this qualified to invest in using a self-directed IRA funds?
I think that not yet. You will need, maybe you can ask your tax advisor or something, but I think you cannot put it in this kind of fund. I think not, but probably it will be you will be able in time. But right now, I think no.
Okay, well, it looks like that's about it, which is a great time to stop because it's exactly 11 o'clock. And
Yeah.
I just want to thank you over and over and over. I mean, to get a guy of your quality here, and we put this together really quick because the time is now. We wanted to get this out to our members right away.
As you saw, you know, people who started in December are already up like 50 to 70 or even 100%, you know, so it's crazy.
Okay. And like I started in December, and the recommendations you made on December 28th, I think those are still good, correct?
Yeah, no, nothing changes, you know. But of course, you will need to buy with for a bit higher price. But this is nothing compared to potential, you know, that this market has. So it's like, you know, asking yourself, you know, when would be a good time to enter Tesla? Did I miss Tesla when it was 120? You know, I should buy it 100, you know. Yes, you should buy it 100, but it was also a good time when it was 120. It was also a good time when it was 200, you know, because now it's 700 and it's the same in this market.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and Stattard asks, can you confirm that we'll get the recording from the?
Yes.
Yes. And
So
I think
when you order, after everybody orders, Steve will send us the list of of all the purchases, of all the names and emails, and we will give you then tomorrow. We will give you access to the whole recording of the 28th of December. Plus, you will get access details for the 19th of January. And all the instructions about the crypto exchanges and everything. So you will be able to start basically tomorrow.
actually I don't know if it's a tomorrow because my assistant won't be in to get you the list.
Okay. Sorry about that, Steve. we have so much work right now that we are working, you know, like non-stop. We don't stop. Sorry. Okay, then on Monday. Okay, on Monday.
Let's see, and what else do I want to say to you? I've got so many friends on here today, and you've just given us so much great content and so much to think about. And this is literally, I think, the opportunity. It sounds almost too, too exciting, but
Yeah.
the opportunity of a lifetime. It really is.
Just at the end, I would just like to say, you know, if you decide to enter this space on your own, be very, very careful because there are a lot of scams, you know. A lot of people will try to get your money. So be very, very extra careful, you know. If you decide to just invest in Bitcoin or something, go through Robinhood and you will be okay, or go through PayPal and you will be okay. You know, you don't need to mess with the crypto exchanges and everything because it's a bit technical, you know, and you need some knowledge, you know. So that is why if you just decide to invest something in Bitcoin, you don't need my course. You can just go to Robinhood or maybe PayPal, and that's it.
Okay, someone asked if we accept PayPal. I actually honestly don't know. Call Giovanna in the office on Monday, and she'll let you know. I suspect she does, but I'm not positive. We're getting a lot of folks saying, thank you, Robert.
Okay, welcome. I hope that it was valuable, so thank you.
And I know I'll be hearing from you a lot in the future because I'll be on the Facebook and I'll be getting all your updates and all of that, and so will the people that are joining us today. And just you so much for this great opportunity. It is so exciting, and thank you for coming on to address our little group. I mean, we had over 100 folks today, which is
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So
Perfect.
hopefully, maybe it's going to be too late, but I hope you come again, and we can get you to come back and do one of these again sometime in the future. But it might be too late by then to do it. So who knows?
We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Okay,
I think
well,
that we could have an opportunity for several months, but the sooner you get in, the better the returns can be. So that's it.
okay, great. Well,
Okay. Thank you and bye.
and bye bye for now.